Wendy breaks down the premiere of Dancing with the Stars. And are Miley and Liam done for good? And now, here's Wendy!
Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, which, you know, they have officially called off their engagement. You can clap for that, or I'll be the only one. Not because I don't love love. I love love and I root for love, but you know, they've been dating since 2010 and she is only 20 years old. A 20-year-old has no need, a girl these days, to be engaged. That was back when we weren't allowed to vote and when we had to have babies by 15. You know, that's when our parents traded us in for 4 goats and a mule. You know, now a girl at 20 getting married to me is just plain foolish, or even being engaged. And the boy is only 23, him too. Why do young kids have to be that in love? Why are you that in love? Anyway, apparently it's over, and he's also moved on. According to Radar Online, he's moved on. First of all, he was mortified by Miley's racy VMA performance. He's the first one that I thought about when they danced. A lot of you all thought about Robin Thicke's wife. I thought about Liam. You know, what's he gonna do? What kind of man would stay with a woman like this? Well, I sounded like my mother there for a moment. Well, according to E! News, everybody, Miley was the one who ended the relationship. Apparently, she thought that Liam was being less than faithful. Well, we call it cheating, but she called it less than faithful. And you know what? Maybe there's truth to that, because Miley, you've been grinding up on a whole lot of guys in recent months, and so maybe it would just be assumed by Liam that two can play at that game. Anyway, I'm just glad that you are both happy and you're broken up. No need to be in love that deeply. And Liam has moved on. He was spotted this past weekend getting cozy with a Mexican singer-actress named Eliza Gonzalez. Equally as pretty as Miley, but with a classy edge. Let me show you the other picture, because she gets naked too, see? They're naked, but it's not quite as naked. I wonder if that's one big necklace with a gigantic clasp in the back, or whether she stood in her mirror forever layering, layering, layering. I had brought some pearls when we went away this summer, and they were all in the same bag, and I actually sent a picture on my Facebook, Twitter, of my father sitting at the kitchen table trying to undo the knots. You ever not? I mean, that look, when a woman was up there, looked like, yeah, a knotty mess, if she just let it go. Anyway, being a girl. Then Miley unfollowed Liam on Twitter, which to the kids, that's everything. When you unfollow somebody, it's really over. So it's over. All right. Let's move on to Britney Spears, because I love this story. She's heading to Vegas. Everybody's heard about it already when you woke up this morning? I might have made the bumps that attach my wigs too big today. There, it's like that. Okay, there, Anyway, Britney is going to Vegas. We've been teasing that since last spring, but it's official tishel. She's going to make a lot of money. She's going to be at the Planet Hollywood beginning in December for 2 years. And she's not going to be living there. Late breaking news right before I came out here, because we all thought she was going to be living there, but she's going to be commuting back and forth between Vegas and LA. Which people on the West Coast, you always make Vegas seem like it's right around the corner from LA. I'll put it in perspective for us here in New York. It's the equivalent of taking a trip to Boston, which is 45 minutes on the plane, but 5 hours to drive. It's not exactly like you work in New York and you live in Boston. But that's what Britney's gonna be doing. She's gonna be singing at the Hard Rock, and at the Hard Rock, is that? Planet Hollywood, and then she'll also be making, she'll be going back home to LA because she doesn't want to uproot her kids who are now, you know, in school, and you know how it is when you have kids. But according to TMZ, Britney will be making $310,000 per show. Relax, everybody. No. Relax, everybody. That sounds big until you pull out your adding machine, which I did. All right, she's gonna be doing 48 shows a year at $310,000, which means she'll be making almost $15 million a year. But that is a lot of commuting and mileage on the car, number one. Number two, she's got to do all those shows when all she had to do was be a good judge on X Factor and sit her tone tushy in that chair. No, listen to me. If she sat down in that chair and she judged really well, she was already making $15 million a year on X Factor, and that's the easier, cushier job. Not dancing and slaving for you and all that stuff on the stage in Vegas. I'm out of breath just talking about it. And besides, I also pulled out what Celine Dion was making reportedly when she was in Vegas. And she was making $33 million a year with no mileage on her car because she lived in the hotel. That's all I'm saying. But good luck, Britney. You be happy. It's good. Okay. So it's time for our first celebrity fan out of the season. Let's get started. All right. Our first celebrity fan out comes from Jessica K, who watches The Wendy Show on KTTV in Culver City, California. Jessica writes, "How you doing, Wendy? I was on my way to dinner to celebrate my birthday with some friends, and guess who I ran into? David Beckham. He was out with his beautiful children, but agreed to take a photo of me. He was so nice and sexy. It was the best birthday ever." Don't they look like a couple? Jessica, your stomach looks great. Yeah. Okay. Our next celebrity fan out comes from Tiffany M, who watches our show on WNYW in Staten Island, New York. And Tiffany writes, "My family and I were driving to New Jersey to go not apple picking. Oh, the days. Gone apple picking and stopped for breakfast at the Cracker Barrel. Not the Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. The place was packed, so we sat outside and waited for a table. On the rocking chairs? Well, guess who sat next to us? None other than R&B superstar Miguel. Oh my gosh. The crazy thing is that you really do look out of place when you dress like a rock star to go to Cracker Barrel. But I love that Miguel doesn't break role. She says, I couldn't believe Miguel was there waiting for a table at Cracker Barrel in New Jersey. He happily agreed to pose for a photo with me and my sons, with two of my sons, Connor and Zachary. He was so sweet and humble. We love Miguel here at the show. Yeah, we love him. Okay. Our next celebrity fan out comes from Erin J, who watches our show on KTTV in Downey, California. Erin writes, "I was at the beach with my family when I saw a crowd of paparazzi. When I walked a little closer to see what all the commotion was about, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was Gwen Stefani." At the beach in full wardrobe. She says, "I went up to her to ask her for a photo. The second she agreed, my entire family suddenly jumped into the photo. I'm second from the right. She was so friendly and looked even more gorgeous in person." Do you know that Gwen is pregnant with, I think, her third child? Yeah, she's 43. So good luck, Gwen, and thank you, Erin. That's a good celebrity spotting. We have another one. It's from Jennifer S, who watches our show on WCJB in Ocala, Florida. She says, "My husband and I went out to dinner to celebrate our 11th wedding anniversary with our 8-year-old daughter and saw Shaquille O'Neal dining at the table next to us." I love him. He's so likable. Look, he agreed to take a photo with my husband and even kissed his bald head. She goes on to say, I know. She goes on to say, "Shaq was so sweet and even performed a magic trick for our daughter while the whole restaurant watched. It's an anniversary we'll never forget." How sweet. Okay, our last celebrity fan out comes from three of my Wendy staffers who are right back there. It's Melissa P, Noel G, and Marco L. And you guys in the audience know who Melissa and Noel are because they handled you getting here. Anyway, this is what they say. So they said, "This August we took a trip to..." Why couldn't you guys just tell me this? They wrote it. This August we took a trip to Vegas and stayed at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. We were walking through the hotel's casino, and you'll never believe who we saw walk out of the men's room. It was Joe Jackson. look. No, there's more. There's more. He wasn't very friendly, but when we told him we were huge fans, he agreed to let us take the photo with him, but told us, hurry up, can't you see she's waiting? And pointed to a young woman standing nearby. After we took the photo, we asked him if he wanted to see it, but he said no and stormed off. Love it. Thank you, everybody. I love Celebrity Fan Out. If you've ever had a celebrity encounter and you want to share it with us, go to wendyshow.com.